Hi, this is Steve with the Triangle 5-1 Ranch. In this video series, I'm going to go over some very simple ground exercises. These exercises should help you develop trust with your horse. They should also help you with your field timing and balance. In this video, part 1 of this series, I'm going to demonstrate 2 exercises. I don't have names for them, but they are very easy to perform. To bring in full disclosure, the original clip of these 2 exercises is almost 22 minutes long. I'm editing out some of it so it isn't quite so boring. This first exercise is very simple. I just stand in front of the horse and have her look at me with both eyes. If she gets distracted by anything, I gently bring both eyes back to me. When they're both on me, I release the lead rope and drop my hands. Sometimes we overcorrect and I have to adjust again. If she were to take a step, I would just bring her back to where she was and then release her. The filly's name is Ember. She is 1.5 years old and is a thoroughbred. I'm just starting to work with her. I've done both these exercises with her for short periods before, but she is still learning them. So be patient and watch for improvements. I try and reward each improvement with a release. My timing is not impeccable, so you'll see that even if you're not perfect, you should be able to get improvement by the end of the session. Now on to exercise 2. In this exercise, I'm putting downward pressure on the lead rope to bring her head down. Eventually, not today, when I stand back up, I want her head to stay down. I also want her head to stay down when I move my hands around her head or pet her forehead. I stood up and her head did come up, but she is staying relaxed. Gentle downward pressure until the slightest give of her head down, then a quick release. If she starts to raise her head up, I gently ask her to bring it back down. This filly will be around for a good many years. Eventually someone will drop the lead rope when they shouldn't have and she'll step on it. How she reacts will depend a great deal on this training. If this is the last time I do an exercise like this, it could go badly. If I continue with it when she gets good at this part of it, I'll start using my foot to bring her head down, and when she's good at that, stand on the rope. After all that, she'll not be as reactive when she steps on her own lead rope, jerking her head down. It would probably help a lot if she ever stepped on her own reins with a bit in her mouth, just a side effect of this exercise. Another side effect of this is that it helps improve her attention span. Hopefully, it also teaches her to focus on the human leader. Again, as she steps forward, I'll gently ask her to step back to where she was. As in exercise 1, I want her to keep both eyes on me. She is starting to do pretty good, so I thought I would try and see if I could get her to lower her head simply by pressing on her poll. This seemed to be confusing her. So I not only put pressure on her pull, but began gently pulling down on the lead rope. This only caused more confusion. She's not being resistant so much as she's confused. So I get her back to understanding that when I pull down on the lead rope, I want her head to come down. Again, as she steps forward, I'll gently ask her to step back to where she was. I felt like I got some improvement there, so I'm going to give her some release. Not only do I release the pressure, I'll let her move her feet around a little bit. This is like giving her a recess. It relieves some of the monotony. It also allows her to move her muscles. Where I live, if you don't go out with your horses on a windy day, you'd have less than 30 days a year to be with them. You'll also notice that you don't see a lot of debris blowing by. Everything that can blow away blew away years ago. I think of these as windy day exercises. I'm leaving the soundtrack in, so you should be able to hear the wind blowing in the background. On this particular day, the wind speed was somewhere between 20 and 25 miles per hour, while gusting between 30 and 35 miles per hour. I don't remember exactly. I tried to position Ember with her butt to the wind. Horses seem to be more comfortable when their back end is to the wind. Make the right thing easy and the wrong thing difficult. She is still somewhat confused. This is leading her to become frustrated. Don't confuse frustration with resistance. She is a very willing horse. She just doesn't understand that I'm trying to teach another cue for the same response. You might notice I keep switching hands. This is the same as switching sides. It adds to her confusion. Because I'm so close to her head, when I use my right hand to reach up, she sees it mostly with her left eye. When I use my left hand, she sees it mostly with her right eye. I just need to keep my breathing steady, be patient, and gently keep asking. I don't get her to the point where she drops her head when I put pressure just on her pull, but I do get improvement. I need to accept that improvement and not worry that she didn't get the whole response I was looking for. She has improved quite a bit, but still is getting confused. Again, just be patient. Another YouTube person I watch, Pat Puckett, says you can't train a horse, but you can outlast them. I cut out a few minutes of this, but it was the same stuff you've been seeing. She's improved to the point I want to change things up a bit. I want her to lower her head with me standing over her. Eventually, I'll be in the saddle above and behind her head. This is the beginning of preparing her for this. Remember in my Elements of Horsemanship series, I discussed the importance of preparation. She's made some good improvements here, so I decided to give her and myself a break and move around a little bit. For those of you who may not have noticed, I don't always lead from the left side. I try and make it a point to lead from the right side. I do this for more than one reason. I don't want my horses to become sided. You know how some horses will try and keep you on their left side? Another reason is that when I'm busy with a task, I don't always want to be walking to the other side of the horse to lead them a few steps and then come back to the right side. I decided to go back to pressure on the pole and lead rope to see if she still remembered this lesson. She was a little remiss at first, but came around very quickly. She has made some really good improvements, so I'm going to change things up again. Now I'm trying to get her to lower her head by placing my right hand behind her pole and my left hand on her face and gently pressing down. One of the reasons for this is for preparation for bridling. She is probably going to be a big horse, close to 16 hands. When we go to bridle her, she's going to have to help by lowering her head. Now I'm doing the same thing, except on her right side. You have a clearer view of what I'm doing. Notice that the slightest downward movement of her head, I remove the pressure. I really like the improvement she's given me. I can now easily get her to lower her head while I'm standing over her. I cut out a part where I was doing this on her left side. My back was to the camera, so you couldn't actually see what I was doing. You didn't miss much. I only mention it so that you're aware that I had done it from the left side. I'm sure you can see the improvements she has made since the start of this video. This demonstrates that even on a windy day, you can go outside and do some things with your horse, and that horse will remain in a good, calm frame of mind. If you find these videos helpful, please like and subscribe and click the notification bell. Leave a comment if you want to add something or have a question or correction. If you know someone who you think will find this video interesting, please share it with them. Thank you for watching.